On one rainy day, my cat came back home carrying a newborn kitten that I thought it was a kitten, but now I don't think it was a kitten. How do I raise a baby dragon? A diary of the life of a cat with a full-fledged dragon. C4. Blue Dragon gets its name. Cloud Animal Hospital. My sister named the hospital this way because the name of our family's first dog was called Cloud. My sister is 8 years older than me, so she was already in elementary school when I was born. At that time, our family had a dog called Cloud. It is a common native hybrid dog with white hair on the chest and a black body. He was older than me because he said she had raised him since she was 4. Cloud died when I was 6 years old, so I only have vague memories. When I think of Cloud, I only think of memories that my body remembers, such as a warm tongue, a soft and moist nose, and a slightly agonizing yet sweet body odor. But to my older sister, she was a precious friend who grew up together from the age of 4 to 14. Maybe he was more like a brother than me, who was much younger than her. We went through rain or snow to greet her off at the bus station, and when she went home from school, the Cloud and I were waiting at the bus station. Even now, as an adult, my older sister cherishes her memories of Cloud. Ringing the door to the Cloud Animal Hospital opened with a light bell. "Welcome, Myung-hoon. I heard Baek Ho adopted a baby." A familiar nurse, Nurse Park, greeted me with a smile. I greeted him too, but I answered quietly, "Yes, but I'm starting to doubt if it is a cat." Meow. Sky came out to greet me one beat later than Mr. Park. Sky is a hospital cat. She is a beautiful Persian chinchilla with white fur and golden eyes, but when she had to undergo surgery for a mammary tumor, her guardian left her in the hospital and cut off contact. My older sister was resentful and performed the operation arbitrarily, and Sky recovered safely after that and became a hospital cat. Its original name was Antoinette, but my sister changed it to Sky, which matches Cloud. Sky, who has recovered, is enjoying the love from the staff and guests, and is doing her best as a hospital mascot. "Is Myung-hoon here? Bring the little one in." I went into the treatment room and told my sister that the little boy played in Baek Ho's water bowl, and his hair didn't get wet. "That's right, you're a strange little boy. I'm going to do some testing, so would you like to wait outside?" Waiting while playing with Sky in the waiting room felt like a very long time. The little baby doesn't have any problems, right? There are rumors on the internet that they thought it was a cat and raised it, but it is a wild cat. But what is the real identity of our little boy? "Myung-hoon, come in." My sister called me to the treatment room, so I went in quickly. "How is it? Is the baby okay?" After a moment's mock subustion, the older sister opened her mouth. "First of all, this is not a phoenix. It's a male. He looks very healthy. You and Baek Ho took good care of it. As a result of the fecal examination, there were no parasites, and just in case, I took a picture of the infectious disease kit. It was clean. The feces looked like normal cat feces, even under a microscope. Blood tests are normal. Yeah, that's good. However, I really don't know its real identity. It's very similar to a cat, but it's somewhat unreasonable to think of it like a cat. I took an X-ray, and it came out strangely hazy. If you're too young, there are cases where the abdomen doesn't come out well, but for some reason, it doesn't come out well overall. Still, I've seen it, but the skeleton is similar to that of a cat, but it's a little different. But it's still not growing, so we'll take another X-ray after it's a little bigger, and then we'll talk about it." And my sister grabbed the front foot of the little boy rolling around on the treatment table and pushed it out in front of me. "Did you look closely at his feet?" Question mark. "It looks like it's webbed." Startled, I looked closely at the little boy's feet. "You're right. It looks like it's webbed. This definitely was not there a week ago." The tiny, plump paws were, at first glance, the paws of an ordinary kitten. The top of the foot is covered with thick hair, and the sole of the foot has black and soft flesh balls. They are black paws, commonly referred to as grape jelly by cat owners. If you lightly press on the soft instep, the toenail comes out. There were webs like thin membranes that could barely be seen between those toes. As expected, an otter? No, it's completely different from otters. The hair is a bit similar. The older sister stroked the little boy's head with her fingers. "And this lump on my head, it looks like horns." "Horns, are you talking? Is that flying on the head of a bull or a deer?" In the past, I saw an article on an overseas topic saying that there was a cougar with horns on its head and that it was killed by a demon. At that time, my sister said, "What is the devil's joke? He must have had a teratoma tumor." Hey, then, sister, is her little boy also deformed? A deformed cat? No, what's more likely is the older sister, immersed in thought, tickled the little boy's chin with her finger, and the little boy groaned and turned his stomach over. It sounds absurd, but maybe it's like some other creature pretending to be a cat. I let out a laugh. Ah, that's not it. Even if it's a deformity, it's another animal that pretends to be a cat, so the nine-tailed fox even turned into a cat. No way. So, just like how a chameleon changes color, this animal changed into a cat? That's something that happens in cartoons, isn't it? The older sister laughed at herself. The older sister hugged the little boy and rubbed her face. Forget what I just said. It's such an innocent and lovely life, but you'll know when it grows. Just grow up healthy and prosperous. The boy rubbed his little head against my sister's cheek while making a grungy motorcycle noise. On the way home, I bought a human baby bathtub. When I came home, I got warm water in the bathtub and put the little boy in it. The little boy said it was good and played with the water. It swims around, moving its tiny feet like a wind-up toy boat. When in the water, the little boy's bluish-gray fur shimmered with a stronger blue glow. The back is dark, and the chest and belly are pale purple. When I touched my head, I felt a sharp bump like the tip of a toothpick. Yes, our cats are different from normal cats. But what about isn't anything else wrong? Because he is a male, he is a blue dragon. Child, from today on, your name is Blue Dragon. Isn't that a brave name that goes well with Beck-ho? As if I was right, Beck-ho meowed, and the blue dragon answered the meow, hanging from my hand with its short front paws sucked on my finger. Oh, it tickles! Little blue dragon's teeth started growing. C5. Blue dragon meets Ian. The blue dragon, who was 1 month old, was weaned and started eating the soak feed, and I sighed. How happy it is to fall asleep without waking up in the middle of the night. To truly appreciate it, you need to experience not having water, air, and sleep. I finally got my hands on my main job, which I had abandoned for so long. Saying it's my main job sounds too grandiose, but I'm a novelist. One of the fantasy novels I wrote for the first time had an unexpectedly good response. I went down this road and got decent results. However, since last year, I've been thinking about whether it is a slump or not because the English text has not come out properly. This year, I was planning new writing early to try to participate in a contest at the end of the year, but since Blue Dragon came in my home, I couldn't sit at my desk calmly all October. It's already November, but it's not too late yet. Let's do our best and work hard. It was challenging to get the head back on again, as I had not been using my brain for a month from feeding Blue Dragon. Thinking back on the material I had envisioned before, it didn't seem reasonable, and while I was looking through this and that material, Beck-ho cried from behind, as if to see this. What is it? When I turned around, Beck-ho was proudly sitting next to the cat's toilet and waving his tail softly, as if to take a look at this. A little blue dragon was giving her strength in the bathroom filled with sand. Hey, did Blue Dragon learn to use the bathroom? Oh, you're so smart. Beck-ho taught you well. The blue dragon dug in the sand and had a bowel movement, then jumped out of the box and hovered around as if hoping for a compliment. Meowing, Beck-ho smiled like a proud father, covering up the parts of the box that the blue dragon had not been able to cover. The cat's nature to use the toilet on its own without being taught is very strange. If you have a large cat next to you to watch and imitate, it will learn faster. But to think our young blue dragon would be so brilliant, as expected of a cat weight. He's a cat, right? After being freed from breastfeeding, I left the child care to Beck-ho and devoted myself to writing. Since there is one more mouth to feed, I should have worked harder to earn money for feed and sand, but for some reason, writing became more and more difficult. The story that developed very plausibly in my head was not really cool when translated into writing, and I went to sleep thinking that what I wrote at night was good, but in the morning, it felt like trash. It's a contest, and once I can write something I like, I can offer it to someone to read it, but the stress I got from raising Blue Dragon had accumulated, and my head ached. Should I listen to some music? I was rummaging through my list of saved music when my phone rang. Ring ring. The caller is Kong Ian. Hello, are you on? Appa, what are you doing? You haven't contacted me. Tin. Appa is what a girl would call an older guy. I've been a little busy. How are you? I'm doing well. You're not sick, are you? When Hey and Appa called you, he said that you were dying, and you couldn't call him any longer because you needed sleep. Ayn is the younger sister of my best friend, Hey and Kong. Since she was young, she grew up in the same neighborhood, and I was close with her parents, so I am close enough to be her cousin, if not her real sibling. Whoa, a kitten? 1 month now? You were like that because of feeding the cat. Can I go see your cat, or Appa? I want to see Beck Ho, and I want to see the baby cat too. I also want to show you, but my cat is a little special. I don't know if I can disclose it. And had a rather aggressive personality, unlike her delicate appearance. So she pushed me to come to her house while she was babbling and canceled her promise. Hayin and Ain's family love animals, but her mother is allergic, so she can't keep them at home. So he would always come to my house and play with dogs and cats to get satisfaction. But, ironically, her mother is the one who likes animals the most in her house. It's like her sister, so there's no tension, but her college girl comes home and needs to clean up her clothes. After a while, I opened the windows, vacuumed, dusted, and mopped. In the meantime, there's one thing I've recently discovered. Blue Dragon isn't afraid of vacuum cleaners. Most young cats are so scared of the sound of the vacuum cleaner that they hide in a corner and tremble. As the name suggests, the brave Blue Dragon, the way he is proud of defeating the vacuum cleaner, is so cute that I want to bite him. Come to think of it, this is the first time I've seen Blue Dragon clenching his teeth. Mandible refers to a movement in which a cat exhales air by exposing its teeth as a sign of alertness or threat, making a mandible sound. Seeing him gnaw his mandibles like this, it seems like a cat again. Appa, I'm here. I live in my hometown in the same neighborhood, so I saw On almost every day. After independence, we didn't see each other as often as before, but I did see Hayin often. When I saw you a few months ago, you looked like a little girl, but now you're a young woman. On is pretty. Sooner or later, you're going to make guys cry. Hey, our Ayn has grown a lot. My Appa has just become a father. What the hell still if I go out, it's still Kaya. I didn't listen to me and ran to Beck Ho and Blue Dragon. So pretty. Look at the eyes. The color of the hair is also fascinating. Appa, what breed is he? I've never seen hair like this. I see you for the first time. I don't know the breed. Beck Ho has picked him up. It looks lovely, but I've never seen a Russian blue with such a deep blue color. Is it a mix? It's adorable. Ayn looked at the Blue Dragon and smiled so happily that everything around him seemed to light up. Blue Dragon also seemed to like Ayn. Except for my sister and me, it's the first time someone else has met Blue Dragon, so I'm glad it's not shy. Can I take a picture of him? I'll post it on Instagram. Oh, can you not do that right now? As you can see, he's a bit special. Also, the hair color. It could be a mutation, so I will not disclose it. I hate to talk about people. Okay, that might be it. So what if I just showed it to my mother? Ayn's mother likes animals, but can't touch them because of allergies. Instead, she enjoys looking at pictures and videos. Only show it to the aunt, and do not spread it to other places. Understand? Yep. C6, Blue Dragon's horn one. Ayn took some pictures of the white tiger and the Blue Dragon. I got really good photos too. If I post it on social media, I'll become a star soon, but it's a pity. I think it will be better if I just change the name a bit. The name, it's so small and cute to be a Blue Dragon. There's a saying that goes after the name, but the name is old, it's too ancient. You know, Beck Ho is a name that my father gave. It came about because we matched Blue Dragon with a name that went well with Beck Ho. My father does calligraphy as a hobby, and he likes to read ancient texts. When I first picked up the white tiger, he rolled up his arms saying that you would name the kitten himself. After thinking about it for 2 days, he simply named it Beck Ho and put the words on the basket he prepared for the kitten's bed, making his family laugh. Tien. Characters mean white tiger, which is Beck Ho my name, Myung Hoon, and my sister's name, Myung Seo, were also given by my father, but it seems to reflect my father's retro hobbies. Well, whatever the name, Blue Dragon will grow up to be a wonderful cat. It's already so cute and unique. I'm looking forward to the day she becomes an adult. Ring. In and Blue Dragon held hands and laughed, and Beck Ho looked at it with a father's smile. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm a little anxious. November is almost over, and the weather is very cold. As I was riding in every corner of the house, I was so exhausted that I went to the park to do some exercise for a few days and then stopped catching a cold. I had no appetite, so I bought a basket of tangerines to supplement my vitamins. Blue Dragon crawled up on his lap as he wrapped himself in a blanket and croaked to eat a mandarin orange. Pyrone, Blue Dragon's voice, which used to cry beep and beep, has changed a bit these days, making it sound like a cat or a bird. Normally, it is close to the sound of a cat, but when you are excited, it rises like a bird and rides a rhythm. Why? You don't hate the smell of tangerines? Becco has already run away so far. Pyrone, Pyrone. My Blue Dragon likes swimming, likes tangerines, and everything cats hate, right? Blue Dragon took a piece of tangerine, held it with his front paws, and sat like a squirrel on his hind paws, and sucked it on his side. A cat sitting and eating a tangerine. Posting on social media is a hit I shook my head at on while thinking the same thing as her. Tangerine is not the problem. It won't be a hit, it'll be a riot. It's all the horn cat. On the small head of the Blue Dragon, there are now two distinctly horn-like projections, as small as a fingernail, but clearly sprouting. The reason he enjoys sitting like a squirrel is because his hind legs and lower body are well developed compared to his small forelimbs. He eats cat food and cat treats without hesitation, but also eats vegetables and fruits frequently. He likes lettuce and bananas, but today I see that they eat tangerines too. Oh no, not the coffee. Pie-ow. Ugh, my laptop. The Blue Dragon eventually spilled the coffee. Ah, what are you going to do about this, you troublemaker? Yesterday you tore up all the toilet paper, and today you spilled coffee. Pie, it's no use pretending to be cute and covering your eyes. You need a spanking. Moo, Beck-ho, why are you like this again? I put the troublemaker Blue Dragon face down and pretended to hit him in the ass, but Beck-ho intervened. He shoved my hand over his head and quickly bit the Blue Dragon's back and escaped. Oh ho, you can't take him away. Are you going to be responsible for Blue Dragon's bad habits? Beck-ho ran away from my hand, biting the Blue Dragon, put it down, and slapped the Blue Dragon's nose with its front paw. Pion, Blue Dragon, who protested, got another blow on his nose under Beck-ho's stern gaze and fell flat on his face, crying sadly. Ah, you wanted to discipline him yourself? I wiped away the coffee spilled on my laptop and sat down. I can't do anything because I keep coughing and the fever rose. It would be nice to have a drink of porridge, but I don't have the energy to boil it. I have to go to bed early today and go to the hospital tomorrow. It would have been helpful if I had picked up a catfish instead of cat. I was wearing a duvet all the way to the end of my head, thinking uselessly, and my trembling body became warm. Beck-ho clung to my back, and the Blue Dragon clung to his chest and sang a lullaby song. Aren't they great snail brides? With the warm cats on both sides of me, my trembling body subsided, and I fell asleep. I don't usually sleep with Blue Dragon because he's too young to be crushed when I lie down, but I can't push him out today. Kitten, snail in the morning, but is a pretty bride at night, preparing food and doing housework for the man in the story. I fell into a dark sleep and woke up coughing a few times, and it seems that I fell into a deep sleep only to wake up in the middle of the night. Is it dawn because the windows are dim? As I was about to lie down, something flashed under the blanket. I unintentionally lifted the blanket and found a Blue Dragon sleeping on me, and there was a soft glow near its tiny head. I rolled up the blanket to take a good look, but there was nothing around the Blue Dragon. Did I see it wrong? I think there was something shining like a firefly around the horns. I put it on my pillow so that the Blue Dragon did not fall on my body and went to sleep again. When I woke up in the morning, I felt refreshed as if my body had been washed. The cold seemed to have improved because it was good to sleep with the cats. I didn't take any medicine, and I've never had a cold so quickly, but it's amazing. I've heard that cats have a healing effect, but I wonder if it's true. When I got up and moved my body, I felt very good. I really think it's all better. Hi Yom, is Blue Dragon awake too? Are you hungry? I'll give you some food soon. I should eat something, but the Blue Dragon begged me to eat it sooner than usual. So I feed the cats first, but the Blue Dragon eats a lot of food. He ate so much than usual that I was worried about him getting an upset stomach. My little boy, did you secretly go somewhere for a night drink while you were sleeping? Why are you eating so much? Peep, the blue dragon wept as if it was unfair. Blue dragon must have been full as his belly was big. Come to think of it, I think I saw the blue dragon's horns glowing in my sleep. I hugged the blue dragon and looked at the horns. The pale ivory horns were now C7. Blue dragon's horn, too. I was worried that Blue Dragon might have a sudden craving for more because he ate all of his food for the day and kept begging for more, but fortunately, it was only temporary. By the afternoon, I was relieved that he was back as usual. He could have days where he is hungrier than usual because he's a growing boy. I used to be like that when I was younger, too. Tonight, I have a meeting with my bookmark friends. When I was in college, it was a club meeting where we discussed reading and reviewed what we wrote. Some close friends from there are meeting once every 3 or 4 months, even after graduation, and they contacted me saying they couldn't go because of a cold before, but they seemed to be able to go because their condition improved. I sat down to write a little before the meeting. The laptop I worried was broken from Blue Dragon spilling coffee on it was fine. Maybe it felt refreshed by the coffee shower that it felt like I wrote better. I think the overall structure and settings are fine, but the words didn't come out naturally, so I worried about that before. The story that I continued to struggle over and over finished smoothly as if a blockage had been opened. I was so excited that the characters, even the characters that I thought was boring, felt alive and progressed in the story smoothly. I was so into it that time flew by. Oop, I will be late for the bookmark meeting. It'll end it here for today. When I read it over before saving the manuscript, it was good. I've only been written for a day, but the volume is substantial. In the 2 years I've been in a slump, I've never written something I liked as much as I did. The cold has completely healed, and today is a day for something to happen. Bekho, Blue Dragon, your brother's going out, so take a good care of the house. Blue Dragon, don't cause any problems. Nio Piao, they answer my questions very well. Our Bekho, as always, is an exemplary cat with no problems, but Blue Dragon's sparkling eyes with playfulness doesn't put me at ease. It hasn't been long since it was a little baby who couldn't even walk, but as soon as he starts walking around, he becomes more of a troublemaker. It's so cute to see him jump and roll and play without getting tired, then collapse for a moment and fall asleep as he is. After looking around the room again to see if there was anything dangerous or anything that the Blue Dragon could use to make another problem. Bookmark gatherings are usually held at Pepperoni, an oven-dried pizza restaurant in Dongyeodong. One of my former classmates, Munsu, is running it with his brother, so when we first started, we decided to hold a meeting there to raise sales, so we usually make an appointment here. I said I want to increase sales, but it probably didn't help that much. Munsu's older brother, Junsu Hyung, is also a member of the Bookmark Club, and he's very kind, so he'll give you a lot of food on the house when his younger siblings' friends come. Oh, it's cold. Am I a little late? Oh, Myung-hoon is here. You said you had a cold. Is it okay for you to come here? The weather is cold. Yuri, you came early. It's okay now. I slept well yesterday, and am fine. Yo, bro. Seeing my friend reaching out to me with exaggerated movements, I sighed and fist bumped him. This friend is strong. He is Ian's older brother who came to play last time, and he grew up together since childhood because he is a neighbor and am close with his parents. If you look at the photos in my mother's album, there is Hae-in sitting with a bib next to me, lying down with a pacifier. To my dismay, this guy has a birthday 3 months earlier than me. Ian is pretty, but Hae-in also looks as tall as a model. She's above average, but her brother is on a celebrity status for his looks. But the trap is that if he opens his mouth, he just sounds like an idiot. Bro, are you saying you're raising a baby? An came to see her and said she was pretty and was drooling. Oh my, did Myung-hoon adopt a kitten? Bekho's younger brother. Do you have any pictures? Let's see. I want to see it too. An only showed her mom the picture and didn't show it to me, saying it was a secret. Kong Hain, you talk too much. Hey, come all the way here and talk about what kind of cat you have. Does raising a dog or a cat produce rice or porridge? It smells, and you have to clean up the poop, and it's a lot of work. Let's go ahead and toast. It's the first time I'm thankful for Kyung-suk, who turns the topic with a frown. He hates animals, but I can understand his feelings. My pets are cute and family-friendly to me and not to others. Some people have an aversion to dogs and cats. That's why I don't talk about cats in the first place. Of course, we talk happily only when we meet people who like animals. But there may be people who hate animals like Kyung-suk, and there are many people who don't care if they don't. Bookmark friends generally like animals, and there are 2 friends who have dogs, and a friend who has a cat, and a friend who keeps a tropical fish. Here you go. Hey, race the pizza. The pepperoni special that pepperoni is proud of, and the jalapeno pasta is here, right? Hello, Jun Si-hyung. Yeah, it's been a while, Myung-hoon. Is your sister doing well too? Yes, she's doing well. Tell her to stop by sometime, because we are developing a new menu that your Nuno will like. Are you writing well? Yes, I'm working hard. Write consistently. There aren't many kids among us who keep writing, so I hope you do well by working hard. There are only a few people who continue to write among the classmates who had a passion for writing when they were students. Making a living by writing was not as easy as I thought, so I usually gave up and looked for another way. Even Junsu and Munsu, who run this pizza restaurant right now, had considerable writing skills when they were students, but eventually switched to the restaurant business. It's harder to find time to write while having a full-time job. Among the friends gathered today, Yuri goes to a publishing house and writes her own articles after work. In the case of the men, it is said, "Will you make a living by writing? How will you feed your wife and children? Can you call such an unstable job a job?" The pressure of the adults around me is no joke. Fortunately, the first writing sold quite well, and my sister was a strong supporter, so I was still holding on. But as the slump got longer, I was thinking a lot about whether I should give up and look for a job. Didn't you have a hard time because you couldn't finish the writing last time? How are you now? It's been hard for a while, but now I feel like I've got the hang of it. I want to try a little harder. What story are you writing now? I think it would be better to write what I know well. It's a fantasy, but there's a cat with hidden power.